And we're back, and just like a good free comic book day, you always find some jewels, as it were, in the rough. So you might meet some people you never know who's going to show up. And here we have Stephen Hayford. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Right on.
Appreciate it.
No, what attracted me here is, of course, Doug pulled you over, but you work for Lucasfilm.
I do work for Lucasfilm.
Holy cow! What do you do?
I create dioramas and action figures and photograph them in satirical scenarios, usually doing holiday photos. But I recently did a big project for Lucasfilm, which was kind of unusual. They wanted me to do a Star Wars themed Super Bowl.
Wow.
For the Super Bowl.
Sure.
And they ran that Super Bowl weekend, and it was 9 pictures of action figures in the stands.
I actually do remember that series. That was amazing.
Great.
Because I missed the Bud Bowl, and it's way better to have Star Wars than it is, silly cans.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how do you get into that? I mean, how do you start down the path?
Well, I have been in photojournalism for more than 20 years, and covering death and destruction and daily newspaper work, I needed some way of letting off steam, and so the way I would do that is with customizing action figures at home. And I started posting these pictures that I was doing for holidays, and it got a fan following online. And soon enough, someone who worked for Lucasfilm noticed it, had contacted me about using it in his book, Steve Sansweet.
Yeah.
And
The Collector.
He used it in The Vault, and it was really successful in there. We developed a friendship, and he tried to get me into different places, and they finally asked if I could start doing stuff for the website and everything. So it's been just gone from there.
That's amazing. So, I'm going to skip over the silly, obvious questions, but the one I do want to know about is the restraining order, the what you can and can't talk about. How severe are the penalties for that thing? Like, do they take your children in the dead of night?
Yes, I used to have 5 children. I now have 2.
Oh, man. Well, I guess that's good for the college fund.
Yeah. It saves me a lot of money, so it could be a bad thing, but it's working out for me.
Cool. Well, are you under contract now?
I am.
Really?
But I'm actually under contract with Acme Archives, who does Star Wars prints.
Okay.
So, and through Acme Archives, I also can work on Disney properties, Fox properties, Saban, Paul Frank, and a lot of other stuff.
Cool. Now, speaking of Disney, with the buyout, did anything change for you?
A little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you talk about it?
Not much.
Okay.
But I can tell you that a lot of my humor in my images used to be fairly raw. And that's
welcome to the show.
that has tamed down.
Oh wow!
A bit.
Oh, that's so. I guess you're gonna start compiling an album of like your cuts.
Yes.
Oh, neat. Can we find that on the internet anywhere?
No.
Or is that one of those Christmas card kind of deals?
It'll be one of those secret society things.
Awesome.
That you come across.
Right on. Yeah. Right on. So, what's your favorite stuff to play with? Does Darth Vader, the Stormtroopers? What?
Stormtroopers are my favorite subject.
Yeah.
Because you think about how they look so menacing in their costumes.
Yeah.
But you also know that clones have pretty much been wiped out. So now they're average Joes who have been enlisted to be in the costumes.
All named Phil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you think about like one of the things that inspired me to do these satires with Stormtroopers was some throwaway dialogue in Star Wars: A New Hope. Obi-Wan is trying to shut down the tractor beam, and these 2 Stormtroopers start chatting, and
about like cars or
something. Like,
seen the new T-16?
Yeah, the XP-38, and like. I heard some of the guys tell me it's quite something.
Yeah.
And it's like, these are just average guys. Yeah. These are not warriors.
Now, have you seen the Robot Chicken edition in Star Wars?
I have. And I'm proud to say that I was doing the stuff before Robot Chicken.
Oh, there you go.
Because when people see my stuff, they always say, "Oh, is this from Robot Chicken?"
No. Now, have you talked to those guys at all? Been like, guys, really?
Okay, here's a juicy story for
you. I'm a turkey, man.
Back in 2006, I had major heart surgery.
Wow.
And after I'd recovered from that surgery, I thought, you know what? I'm going to throw caution to the wind. I'm going to submit this project that I've been doing. I do a series called Vader Knows Best, which imagines if Vader had raised the twins.
Oh, okay.
And so I submitted it to Robot Chicken as a concept for a reoccurring piece inside the show. And they called me back and said, we can't accept unsolicited materials. I said, I knew I was going about it the wrong way.
Yeah.
They said, but if you have your lawyer contact us, we'll be able to discuss it more.
Okay.
So I was excited by this and had a lawyer contact them, and they began negotiating.
Oh, neat.
But then they called me back and said they were going to have to pass because it was too similar to what they were already working on.
Oh, Lord.
Which referred to the upcoming Star Wars specials. This was before any of the Star Wars specials happened.
Sure.
But I'm glad to see that they never copied anything that I sent them. They never did anything similar.
Okay, I was about to ask, did you get ripped off?
And then I ran into Seth Green at a convention, and we talked about it, and it turns out that they were told they couldn't use any outside sources. They had to use their team for pieces.
That's weird.
So,
wow, that's really weird.
Yeah.
You think if they get talent, they get somebody who works in toys to customize toys.
Yeah, but I love Robot Chicken, and I have a lot of respect for what they do. I'm not sure how much they're going to be able to do now. Because Robot Chicken has gotten more and more raw over the years. And which is fantastic. I love it.
It's like South Park or anything else that kind of evolves.
I love seeing it, but I'm not sure how that's going to translate to their Star Wars work.
Right. Wow. Yeah. So, bringing it back to Free Comic Book Day, what brought you out today?
The Free Comic Book Day is just one of those fantastic things to introduce not just kids, but anyone who doesn't regularly look at comic books to how fantastic visual communication is and how sequential art, opens up your perspective.
Cool.
And so it's always important for me to get my kids in here for them to see new things. And so we always look at what's on the table, but go through the racks religiously to see other stuff. So, yeah, it's very important to me that my kids have a very open visual education.
Fantastic. Well, I've got a bevy of other questions, but I'd like to have you on the show as a solo artist for our creator series, if you don't mind coming
Sure,
on.
that'd be great.
Oh, that'd be great. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and wrap this up, let you get back to your family and get on with your Saturday. But I appreciate having you on the show, man. Thanks for being here.
Absolutely, it was fun.
It was fantastic, and may the 4th be with you.